Oh, hello, I'm Cyril Bouzy from Cerebral Consulting, and thanks for watching this short video on cost curves. So I've got two objectives today. I'd like to explain what is a cost curve, and I'd like to also give you some examples of cost curves in different types of industries. So a cost curve is basically a chart that allows you to communicate complex ideas in business presentation. The main reason why you use them is to describe an industry. And what you want to do when you show a cost curve is actually illustrate the structure of the industry, the relative cost position in the industry between players, the strength of the rivalry between them, and also the overall propensity of that industry to generate profits. So the power of this tool is that you can do all of this all in one chart. So this is an example of an industry with a few profitable players. So we've shown here 4 players, and each bar represents a player. The width of the bar represents the size of that player. So in the case of a manufacturing player, it would be the capacity of that manufacturing player. So A in orange on the left-hand side is much bigger than any other player here represented on the right-hand side. The unit costs of those players varies between $15 per ton for A and $19 per ton for G. The price range in the industry ranges from $20 per ton to $23 per ton. So you can see that there's a gap between the price range and the unit cost, which means that the industry has got good propensity to generate profits. You can also see that A is in a much stronger position than D, for instance, in blue. Second example of an industry with a few players, but this time with a much stronger rivalry between them. The first thing to notice on this cost curve is it's a much flatter cost curve, which means that the unit cost difference between those players is much smaller than in the previous case. Also to notice is that the price range here is not above all players. So you can see that A in green has got a good ability to generate profits. Player E in yellow is breaking even, and player C in red is actually losing money. You can see also that those players are going to compete much more than in the previous one, where there is significant profit to be made. Also to notice is that we've taken out any numbers on these cost curves to make it easier to read. And you can see that you can still have a narrative around what's happening in the industry, even without numbers here in the middle. Let's go to our third example. Third example of an industry, this time with a large number of players and a fairly big cost difference between those players. So the cost difference here, $200 per ton for the cheapest player and $450 per ton for the most expensive player. So this is an example of a cost curve for a manufactured product that's made in different locations around the world. And the main cost component is the freight to deliver that product to, let's say, Australia. The price in the market is basically at the level of the highest cost player. So the cost curve can help you showing this. Again, all numbers have been taken out of that cost curve because there are 36 players shown here, and it would overcrowd the chart too much if all numbers were shown. But we've highlighted in the middle a single player in a different color here in blue to show the relative cost position of that player compared to other alternatives around the world. So today I have shown you 3 simple examples of cost curves, and they were generated using a very simple Microsoft Excel macro that runs on both Mac and Windows. So I encourage you to visit Cerebral Consulting store, the link provided on this page and in the description section of the video below. You will find this macro ready for download. So raise the bar, make your business communication more compelling and powerful, and start using cost curves. Thanks for watching this short video on cost curves. I'm Cyril Bouzy at Cerebral Consulting.